Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Her Excellency Alison Milton, Ambassador of Ireland to the UAE. On April 10th, 2025, Ireland and the UAE celebrate 50 years of diplomatic ties, a partnership shaped by innovation, mutual respect and cultural exchange. And today, we're honoured to welcome Ambassador Milton to discuss that very important partnership. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for coming.
So can you start by telling us how Ireland and UAE first began their partnership?
I will, of course. Thank you so much for having me. It's a real honour to be here on Lovin Dubai morning show on a very important day for us. Well, actually, 50 years of diplomatic relations started towards the end of last year, 50 years ago, and it was really, Ireland was one of the first countries to recognise the UAE as a new federal state when His Highness Sheikh Zayed formed this state and brought together the seven emirates. So we are really delighted that we were one of the first countries that started diplomatic relations with the UAE. Our relations go back deep and far because for many, many decades now, Emirati students have left here, often Dubai or Abu Dhabi, to travel to Ireland as young 17-year-olds to start their medical training. So I think that was happening 40, 50 years ago. We also have very long and deep ties in the equine industry. We also have had teachers and nurses coming here for many, many years to provide public services to the UAE. So the start of diplomatic relations is really a signing of a piece of paper that says we are now going into diplomatic relations, but we're so honoured. We're having a full year of celebrations this year. It wasn't enough for us to have just one day, but yes, today is a day that we are absolutely having the formal marking of the events, and really, really honoured and delighted to be Ambassador of Ireland to be doing this.
Amazing. And 50 years of success stories, and I'm sure there's so many stories of people who've had personal success stories, but I just wonder, in what ways has Ireland contributed to the growth and success of the UAE on kind of a bigger scale?
Yes, well, I mean, I think we both have this very similar journey where, to be honest with you, 50 years ago, both Ireland and the UAE were quite underdeveloped nations. And in the 1970s, two very big things happened in both our lives. The UAE formed, as I said, into a federal state, and Ireland joined the European Union. So we both have accompanied each other on this journey of development. And I think, I'm so proud of the role that Irish people have played here. As I mentioned, in the medical field, we have formed some of the top doctors. The first female surgeon in the UAE was Dr. Houria Qassem, who was trained in Ireland. We have our teachers have, as the UAE often say, formed the current leaders of the UAE. That makes us incredibly proud as Ireland. But our construction workers, our architects, our contractors across many different fields have helped build what you see today in the beautiful Dubai. But also there's been really, really notable figures who have left an incredible legacy here in the UAE, like the dear late Colin McLaughlin, who came over to Dubai over 40 years ago now and started up Dubai Duty Free, which has now become the biggest duty free in the world. And Colin unfortunately passed away last year, but his legacy will live on for many years. Gerald Lawless then also built so much of the hospitality sector here in Dubai. So these are just two, though. To be honest with you, there has been so many, and it's right across all sectors here in the UAE.
Makes me proud when she goes through that, it really does.
So can you elaborate more on what areas the UAE and Ireland are collaborating on today?
Yes, well, we work across so many different sectors. So I've mentioned the more, let's say, traditional ones, but they are still so important. Obviously, health and education are the essence of who we are as people, both in Ireland and the UAE. But aviation has been a really big sector for us. So not just what I mentioned about Dubai Duty Free, or indeed our contribution to Dubai Airport and to the fact that we now have 3 direct flights a day from the UAE to Ireland. It's fantastic. But also, now increasingly we're focused on the sectors that the UAE are really taking a lead on, such exciting and novel sectors. Sometimes I worry that I don't know enough about them myself to be engaging with them as ambassador here, but the whole area of AI, I mean, UAE is so clearly a leader in that field, but Ireland also positions itself as a leader. So many of the data centres that you hear that the UAE are financing and helping around the world, it's Irish contractors that are actually providing the hardware and the infrastructure for those data centres. So I would say AI, renewable energy, renewable the whole field of transition, energy transition is really, really important to both countries. And they're very important areas. I mean, the UAE has done so much on space, Ireland still, but I think we have a lot to learn from the UAE. So these are areas of increasing engagement between Ireland and the UAE. I would say research, science and research. The UAE looks to Ireland actually as a reference point in terms of science and research and development. And we're very proud about that as well. But I think there's so many areas we can collaborate on, really exciting areas of research right across the sectors.
How interesting. It feels like more and more people from around the world and Ireland as well are looking towards the UAE for opportunities. And I wonder, what opportunities do you think are most open to people from Ireland?
Yeah, well, there's a reason why over 12,000 Irish people have made the UAE their current home. We hope they'll come back someday, and we know their hearts are also very close to Ireland still. But, this is a very, very welcoming place. I don't know of any other country on earth where 200 nationalities coexist in such a positive and collaborative way, and the welcome that Irish people get when they come here. The fact now that many Irish people have golden visas, they are, as I said, contributing across many, many different sectors, and it is the opportunities that the UAE provides in some of these sectors that are really cutting edge. We have Irish people positioned at the very top of the AI sector, for example, around the very high up in the cryptocurrency sector. So we're learning from those Irish people who are working in this. Irish people, I think, bring a very deep and strong education. That's really core to who we are as Irish people. We also have incredibly shared values with the UAE. So I think that also brings this natural affinity. Family is really important to both countries. So we work very, very hard, but at the weekend we like to go home and spend quality time with friends and family. And I think that's something that also makes it very easy to live here. The weather, slightly better than Ireland here, but of course also you'll find a lot of Irish people heading west in the hotter months, because we tend to get a nice soft day in Ireland every single day. So, that's it. So they choose the weather when they want to be in either place.
So St. Patrick's Day this year fell during Ramadan. And so how would you say the Irish community here in the UAE continued to celebrate its traditions, all while respecting and engaging with Ramadan?
Of course. Well, St. Patrick's Day is a very, very important day for us as Irish people. And indeed, it's now celebrated increasingly right across the world. Over 70 million people around the world call themselves Irish or with Irish descent. So it's a very, very important day for us. But of course, when it falls during the holy month of Ramadan, we feel that it's very important, certainly as the embassy or official Ireland, let's say, in the UAE, to respect the local moment that there is during Ramadan, and also we're very, very busy and very privileged to be invited to all the iftars and suhoors and different special moments associated with Ramadan. So we decide, as I said, official Ireland, to postpone our celebration of St. Patrick's Day, and that's why we're marking our 50 years of diplomatic relations today on April 10th, because we wanted to wait until the holy month of Ramadan passes. But of course, Irish societies here, we have fantastic Irish societies like the Dubai Irish Society, the Abu Dhabi Irish Society, the Dubai Irish Business Network. All of them did hold respectful events that brought together Irish people to celebrate our culture and traditions on around the 17th of March. So that was great as well.
Speaking of celebrations, an Irish event in the ambassador's home went viral. I'm telling you, you brought together amazing people from around the world across so many sectors of the fashion industry. And I wonder, could you tell people a little bit about it and why it was so special?
Oh, thank you for asking me about this, Casey, because this was also a very key moment in our year of the 50, as we're calling it. So on the 13th of February, I think it was, we had 16 Irish designers come over from Ireland, joined by our very own local designer here, milliner Evelyn McDermott, and so over 17 designers showcased the incredible fashion design that Ireland has, be it from clothes to, as I said, hats to bags to shoes. And I felt as ambassador here that beautiful clothes and beautiful design is really important to people in this country and in this region. But yet Irish design wasn't really on the map here, so to speak. So it's a dream I've had for many months or years now, and it was so amazing to bring it to fruition at the residence in Abu Dhabi. We had many in people attending from right across the UAE, including obviously very importantly buyers from here from Dubai and from right across the region. So it was a beautiful event. Thank you so much for asking me about it. It was beyond anything that I could have expected, and I hope that we'll be able to repeat it, because I do know that Irish designers are very, very keen to enter the market here.
More to come, hopefully, on that.
So what message would you like to share with people of Ireland and the UAE?
What message? Well, I think just an incredible sense, 2 words maybe, an incredible sense of pride, and to be aware of the enormous potential of this relationship. I think pride in the relationship that we do have after 50 years of hard work and engagement and friendship and as I said, chemistry, if I can use that word. I know it's a little bit overused, between Ireland and the UAE over the last 50 years, and the incredible legacy that some of those that I have mentioned have left. But so pride in that, pride of what we have and who we are, but also very much look at the potential of this relationship. I think increasingly, given the way the world is today, that we all know about that, we need to look to countries like the UAE that are really such a convening power, such an important country in the centre of the world, and we need to continue to grow and build on this relationship. It's there for us, so we need to engage with it and make the most of it.
Amazing. Well, thank you for being such an integral part of that relationship. Before you leave us, 50 years is a time to look back, but it's also a time to look ahead. So I wonder, could you give us any ideas of, what's next steps in terms of the relationship between Ireland and the UAE?
Well, I hope that we continue to have lots of visits to Ireland from the UAE. Let me start with that. We've had over 15,000 tourists coming to Ireland from the UAE last year. I'd like to see that growing tenfold. So let's put that out there as one ambition. We also are really, we're about to sign a trade and economic cooperation agreement with the UAE. So again, just building and growing. Our trade is nearly 8 billion currently, two-way trade on goods and services. So that again has incredible potential to grow. And more visits over to Ireland, more political engagement here, and that Irish people continue to enjoy and get so much from living here in the UAE, but that they do remember to come home sometime.
To enjoy the rain if possible. That was Her Excellency Alison Milton, Ambassador of Ireland to the UAE, celebrating 50 years of relationship between the two countries. Thank you so much for your time today. We're truly honoured of your presence.
Thank you very much, Casey and Massa. Delighted to be here.
Thank you, Massa.
Thank you, Casey.
That brings us to the end of the Lovin Dubai show this morning. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Very good.
Fabulous. Thank you so much.